here. Talking about movies of this year and some scary movies of this year, I still believe the very best movie of 2018 so far is John Krasinski's A Quiet Place. Not the best horror film, not the best film by a new first-time director, but the best film of the year, period, end stop. You guys know that. I've been talking about that for a while. He did an amazing job, not just like directing the film, co-writing the film, and starring in the damn thing. He did such a great job with this movie with very, very little directorial experience behind him. He walked into this film where there's a lot of silence. It's all about atmosphere. It's all about tension. And he just conducted that thing like a maestro and made what I thought was the best film of the year. Now, obviously, they announced some time ago that they were going to do A Quiet Place 2. So we've known that was coming. But they never committed that John Krasinski was either going to write or direct it. Now, we knew he was going to be on as a producer. Well, John Krasinski recently came out at he was at an event and he was asked about it, and John Krasinski said the following about his involvement at this point with A Quiet Place 2. Krasinski said this: "I had this small idea for a sequel, but I didn't think it would go anywhere. They heard some pitches, and I told Andrew Form, the producer of the film, about this little idea, and he told me to think about it a little longer. And then I thought, this might really work. So I'm currently writing the sequel." And you know what? There are two interesting things in that little comment. Number one is, of course, that Krasinski himself is going to be writing the sequel. That's great. That's what we wanted to hear. We wanted some consistency with that tone and that atmosphere that he conducted in the first film to carry over into the second one. The second interesting thing is that the producers are already hearing pitches. That means they are lining up other directors to come in and give their visions. So it kind of looks like to me that the only story here isn't just that Krasinski is probably going to end up writing it. It's sounding more and more like he's not going to end up directing it. Now listen, you don't have to have the same director to come in for the next film to be successful. You don't have to have the same director there to come in for it to be a good film. It could be good, it could be great, whatever, especially if you got Krasinski writing the damn thing. I'm not going to lie to you though. I'm feeling a little bit disappointed that the notion that we may not get him directing it, that kind of hurts my feeling. But let me ask you this, Courtney. You saw this movie. You saw A Quiet Place. What did you think about the film?
You know what? I think what impressed me most about A Quiet Place was that there wasn't very much talking going on. And acting, I think, is already hard enough. So I'm always very, very impressed when, there's not that much to say in a script and they can just convey it with their emotions and their actions and their movements.
Especially for a director to conduct and make that all happen, to build that tension, build that chemistry relationships without a lot of dialogue. It's like, I just couldn't believe what they were pulling off.
Absolutely.